Okay, I'm gonna try again. Hi YouTube, how are you all? Because I'm really well. Today is Wednesday, the 28th of March 2018. My name's Jan Silver and I've been video logging my journey to and beyond a gastric bypass, which I had just over a year ago. I jumped on the scales this morning and I have lost a kilo. So where I've been fluctuating still around the 80 kg mark, they don't want to see your bum, Peach, they'd rather see your face. This is PG, by the way. She doesn't very often make an appearance on her own, but I've come to the right side, like, say hi. Oh, hi. She'd like to meet that Eric, I think. So yeah, I was really chuffed to see that. I think it's probably evident of how hard I've been training this week. Obviously I'm back at the gym, and like I talked about yesterday, my motivation is so there for upping this exercise and being as fit and as active as I possibly can be. And that's kind of where I'm at, really. I'm still making good choices where food's concerned. Not quite sure what's happened to my husband. He wants to cook every night tonight, and he sends me a text saying, right, can you get the ingredients for this one? And it's mainly out of the Tom Kerridge book, which I've already showed you. And this morning at the gym, there was a table on the side there with a book sale on, and I managed to get 2 healthy eating cookery books for £2. So win-win, really. If he gets bored of Tom Kerridge, we can go over to them, or just flick through them and see if there's anything else in there interesting, which will be good. I keep hoping one day I'm going to wake up and love cooking, but I just hate it, guys. I actually don't particularly like shopping, unless, like now, I've just been to meet my daughter and granddaughter. I'll do anything if it means catching up with them and meeting up with them. I just love to hang out with them. We only went to Costco today and returned some bits, and then to Morrison's. And in fact, I've probably just had a bit of an ego boost, I guess. There's a guy at the entrance, you know, when you walk into these big supermarkets, there's a guy there trying to tell people to stop smoking, and he kind of looked at me and I said, oh, you don't have to worry about me, I quit a few years ago. And he said, oh, you look happy there. And I said, I am actually happy, thank you. And he said, I can tell you're not from around these parts. I said, well, I am actually. What makes you say that? He said, you look far too glamorous and lovely. And I was just like, you know when you suddenly go, wow, thank you. I'm going to take that compliment and run with it. I mean, I'm not sure glamorous is something I would actually associate me with, but I'm going to take it as a real compliment. He was a young man, and he was obviously doing a good job of making people feel good. You know, the fact that I'd already given up smoking, he didn't have to lecture me about that. So yeah, that was just really nice today. And I think, you know, I get compliments from my husband all the time, and my children tell me, especially my daughter, if I've got something new on and she likes the look of it, she'll be like, wow, Mum, you know. And obviously my friends that are supporting me can see the difference, can see how far I've come. And you do get compliments in those areas all the time, because they can see not only the progress, they can see the hard work that's gone into what's happening. But to have it from a complete stranger, it gives you a tiny little ego boost, you know. Not tiny, actually. I was smiling all the way around the shop, like, that is the nicest thing any stranger's ever said to me. I mean, my girlfriend Rosie the other day said I had skinny legs, and I was like, you know when you just don't, you go, skinny legs and me don't go together, but thanks very much. You know, I've been watching a few other YouTube stories this last couple of days. YouTube's stories, videos, vlogs. And one of them was talking about what you wish you'd known beforehand. And I think it made me think of a few things from my own personal experience. Like, nobody tells you beforehand particularly. I suppose unless you join the groups and you find out for yourself. But nobody tells you. You seriously think when you go into this bariatric surgery that you're never going to eat the same again, or you're never going to be able to enjoy food again. You know, these food funerals that everybody has purely are because you think they're funerals. They think, oh, this is the last time I'm going to be able to do this. And that just isn't the case, guys. You know, I'm a year out now, and my restriction has lifted. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it's there, but also you learn how to work your restriction. So I'll talk about that. For instance, today, Chelsea and I had an early lunch at Costco, and I had, it's 2 chicken fillets in a bun, in a bread roll, basically, with lettuce and tomato and cheese. and they're quite big chicken fillets. I did a really good workout at the gym this morning. I had my porridge, had my vitamins, but by 11:30, I'm starting to think like my body needs some fuel. So I had these chicken fillet things and I was starving. I thought I was starving. It was like, yeah, we can eat now, sit down. 2 mouthfuls into it and I've just gone, bleh. Now, had I have stopped and gone and put it in the bin, I still would have been satisfied. But the fatty in me waits a while and waits for that feeling to pass so I can go back on and eat more. Now, that could contribute to why my weight isn't falling off anymore, that I'm learning to work my restriction. I don't know. I can't answer it for anybody else, just that that's the way it is for me. Because two mouthfuls in, I went, ugh, that's me done. Waited a while, talked to Willow, helped her with her lunch. And then before I know it, both of those chicken fillets I'd eaten. So, you know, I remember sitting with a friend a fair few months ago. We were quite, no, she wasn't quite. She's actually quite far out from her surgery than me. And she only had a salad, and when she'd finished it, she put the napkin over it and she called the waitress over to take it away. And I was like, oh, why did you do that? She goes, otherwise I'm going to eat it. If I'm full up now, I need to push it away. So it's a really good mindset, but one that I'm not into. So does that make any sense at all? I think I'm working my restriction so that I can eat as much as I want. I didn't touch the bread today because I knew I didn't need it. The chicken fillets were enough. There were 2 chicken breasts basically, so there's still quite a lot, don't get me wrong. I'm really on point at the moment with taking my, how much fluid I'm getting down. I've already had 2 litres today, and I guarantee that by this evening I'll probably have another 2 litres. I do add squash to it, or cordial, whatever you want to call it. And I have my coffee in the meantime. I've stopped having my protein coffee every single day. Shall I tell you why? When I realised how many calories were in it. I didn't want that much calories. Even though I don't calorie count, to me it was quite a lot. So what I decided is I will have a protein coffee on the days that I really feel I'm lacking in protein. And that's not today. I've already had 2 chicken breasts, and in fact my husband's cooking chicken again tonight from the Tom Kerridge book. So yeah, protein's not an issue today, so I definitely won't go and hit the protein coffee. I'll give that a miss, and it'll just be on the days where I feel I'm lacking a bit or my restriction's really tight. So yeah, I think that's really, I was going to talk about restriction and being able to work with your tool. I think, you know, if my mentality would let me, if my headspace would say, push it away, throw it away, but I just still can't do that. And as long as I'm not seeing the scales move in that direction, then I'm quite okay. And I've said that for a long time. Of course I want to be smaller than I am. And getting on the scales this morning and seeing that I've lost 1 kilo, I'm still not down to my lowest though. You know, I'm fluctuating again. So I'm at 79, I think, something. And, but I'm okay with that. I don't focus on the scales. I know how obsessive it can get if you do focus on it. But yeah, I just wanted to say that about restriction. And, you know, initially when you have your bypass or your VSG, your sleeve, you've got no choice in restriction. And you can basically eat and drink whatever you want. It's just going to be in tiny portions. So your body naturally, obviously, sheds weight because you can't consume what you had been consuming and what your body is imagining that you're needing. Now, you get to a stage like me where my restriction's slightly lifted now. And I think that's good for people to know that you're not going to eat those tiny, teeny weeny portions for the rest of your life. You're not. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me. You know, I just don't think so. Well, I'm not going to anyway, because my portion sizes have already started to get bigger. Now it's a case of me putting my mindset to it and being okay with the portion sizes and making better choices, not eating crap, mountains of crap. Does that make any sense? I hope so. I hope I haven't just waffled. I hope you're all really well, healthy and happy on this miserable Wednesday. I was going to do a really long walk today. I'd planned to do a 10-miler, but it is persisting it down out there. And as much as I have wet weather gear, I don't think with the heavy rain that it's been, it wouldn't be an enjoyable walk. So I opted to go to the gym. And in fact, I'm going to go up to town now and have a little wander around my little local town, which is not really any shopping, but I'm going to get my steps up. It goes back to that. Dawn and I are back into a gentle competition, and on the Fitbit with steps, and I like a bit of gentle competition, so I'm going to get my steps up and have a little, just to have a little mooch around the shops in town. Even if it's raining, I can take my umbrella. And I'm already up to, it's 10 to 2, and I've done 11,246 steps already. So I wonder by this evening how many I would have done. So guys, I'm going to leave it there, and I will chat to you all again soon. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to pop them down below. Anybody that's due to go and have their surgery, I am wishing you all the best of luck. I know I had a message yesterday with somebody that's got their surgery date, so good luck, you know, guys. Hopefully what you can see from my account is that it is the best thing I've ever done, that my life has changed dramatically for the better. And it does come with little tiny sacrifices in life, but they're not major, and they're so bloody worth it. So